Hey team, hope everybody's doing well. An overdue hobby update video. Sorry I've had real life happening recently, which sure everybody gets. So the first thing I managed to get painted in the interim was 2 units of Venetians for the Italian Wars project I'm doing. So both units were using Peri Miniatures bodies with the metal Peri Miniatures European armies heads. Shields are again the metal Peri miniatures, but all the arms come from the Wargames Atlantic Conquistadors kit. So they do match up pretty well. There's a little bit of gap filling involved, but they scale nicely and almost fit the bodies. There's minor gap filling required to get them to work. The flags are from Pete's Flags, and the decals on the shields, I couldn't find any when he was doing Italian Wars decals, which sort of makes sense, given not many people were, well, some people were using shields, but I think on the whole, most units didn't use sort of regimented shields, as far as I'm aware. So I had to go at making my own decals, which worked okay. It certainly worked a lot better than having to freehand the Linus and Marks 50 times, whatever it would end up being. Yeah, decals, they look okay. They're nowhere near as good as some of the more professional ones from Little Big Man or, the Carthage Must Be Destroyed Kickstarters or anything like that, but they'll do the job okay, I think. And next up was another unit of the Peri Miniatures Mercenaries box set. These guys done up as Burgundians, so they'll be used either as mercenaries for War of the Roses or for Burgundian Wars, or possibly, if I'm feeling keen, they might get press ganged into early Italian Wars. So we'll see where we end up. Yeah, not much to say about these. Went together really easy, just using the banners that came on the inlay from the box. Fun to paint, quick to turn out. And next up, Peri Miniatures for the Roses. This is a starter force for Somerset. I've tried to do the badge livery with somewhat mixed results. Some of them turned out looking okay, some of them are a bit of a dog's breakfast, but we'll rely on the 3-foot test and I'm sure it'll all be fine. The banners are from Pete's Flags, so they're really nice and sort of draw the focus away from everything else in the unit, so that's quite good. And the command group, I'm actually using the Somerset from the Peri Miniatures range. I was going to default to using round command bases, but then I thought using a 40 by 40 like this means it can rank up with the other miniatures. My original game plan, as you can probably tell from the bases, was to use this for billhooks, and of course I still can. But I'm thinking what I might actually do is a homebrew mashup of Warhammer Ancient Battles to use these guys instead, mixing in the sharp practice activation system and a few other changes to make it a bit more to my liking. I like an Overwatch mechanic and that sort of thing. But I'll have a tinker with that and see how far I get. And again, more Peri miniatures, so another 2 units of bow, 2 units of bill, unit of foot knights, and a commander, this time for Oxford. Once again, Oxford is one of the metal Peri commanders. Her unit's command retinue is set on a 40mm square base, everyone else is on 20mm. And flags, once again, were from Pete's Flags. And just for a change of pace, 2 dozen of the Warlord Greek Hoplites for my Greek army that I'm planning on doing at some stage. These are the old the Wargames factory sculpts, I think. So they are a little bit dated, but the decals are quite good, the ones that come with the Warlord kit, and to be honest, all you're seeing mostly is bronze shields, so I don't mind these. I'm certainly going to be looking to pick more up if I can find them at a reasonable price. They certainly fill out bulk ranks very quickly, assemble quickly, and they've got a nice balance of detail where you can do a quick job in the look okay with a quick wash, or you can spend more time on them and actually pick out a lot of the detail and have them looking really good. So I can't complain about the kit too much. And finally, I'm looking to upgrade my terrain a bit. So these are all from Printable scenery. On this barn, I've used the same approach that they have on their painting guide, where the masonry of the mortar between the blocks is using polyfiller or any sort of I guess pre-mixed caulking agent or whatever you call it locally will do the same thing. This one, I decided that I needed to work on doing sort of aged wood, so I got the Vallejo Old and New Wood Effects kit and started having a go at that. I don't think we're quite there yet, but certainly happy with the way that's progressing. And the haystacks were just a quick paint and dry brush job. They'll populate a field somewhere. I'm just trying to decide if I do small details to sort of accent a field, or if I do larger set pieces where they just get dropped in on a larger footprint. But I'll sort that out in due course. Anyhow, I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. Best of luck with all your projects, and take care.